Alright, what's up everyone, we're live. Welcome back to this live stream here on YouTube. Today, once again, I want to go through the weekly review. What I want to share with you today is, first of all, the zones and the trades I look forward to trading this week. And also what happened last week. So we'll go back and see some trades I took last week, what happened with those, what went right, what didn't go well. And also I'll share with you some things that I want to enter right today when the market opened. I didn't check the chart yet, but we'll go through that, and I'll show you too my methodology, things I look forward, things I look at, and things I do in the market. If you have any questions, you can always comment below in the chat. I'll be happy to help out with your questions. If you're watching the replay as well, you can comment in the comment section, and I'll be able to answer your questions there. So let's go on with this. First things first is I'll try to differentiate too between the trades that use my algo and trades that I trade manually as well. So with my algo, what I do is I have this thing over here where I enter all my zones for the pairs that I trade. These are the pairs that I trade for the algo. And then I will copy or I will upload this file into my algo, and it's going to take trades at this zone. Okay. So that's what I do to be able to kind of put the zones in the algo and not touch them during the week. If I have to modify them, I'll modify them, of course. I'll upload the file again and I'll be able to do that. But in most cases, I don't modify it during the week, just at the end of the week. And this file here is where all my zones are in the algo. So that should show you, because we have a lot of questions, people who want to use our algo, not sure how to use it. And so that's just a quick part of this before we go in. The other thing that we have is, I want to show you this quickly because it's kind of fun. Inside of a Slack group where our members can access for the algo, they see this thing over here. So every week, Algo is like really committed to it and uploads this same file for the zones we use for our traders. So if you wanna use the algo and copy these zones, you can do that too. You can do that if you want, of course. These work well. These are a bit lower time frame than for me, but these are pretty cool. The other cool thing about this is that you even have some, it's crazy, some past zones, so that if you want to kind of backtest or trade in the past, I can't see it here, but if you want to backtest trade in the past, you'll be able to use these zones over there. So yeah, we're gonna see the file so well. We could download it, open it, but it's not the point. So yeah, there's a date for each zone. That's pretty cool. Anyway, so let's go to the chart, and I'll show you how that works out and what we do about this. By the way, after the video, if you want to check out the algo, if you want to use it. If not, that's totally fine. No worries with that. Cool. So the pairs that I mark here are pairs that I want to look at. There's a lot this week, a lot happening. First one is AUD CAD. So last week, price was about here. I was waiting for price to hit this zone. Price kind of broke through this zone, and now we're coming back to retest as a bullish zone. So price was below before. I believe last week I had Amazon here as a resistance, but now it's becoming a support because price broke through and it's coming back to retest. So I'll be looking for bullish trades at this zone. Didn't have anything yet. And actually here I was set up coming up soon. So what I want to have here basically for my manual strategy is I need to see price hitting the level over there, which it did, going back in my direction, coming back for a retest or like a pullback, and then a bullish candle. That's what I look forward to trade. Now here we didn't have any pullback yet, so we're waiting for the pullback and then the bullish candle to enter on this pair. This should be happening soon, probably between the next 2 or 3 days if it happens, of course. And that's on a 1 hour chart, not on the other time frames. All right, so here on AUDGPY, the same principle applies, where we've been waiting for price to hit this support area at 82 or 82.5, yeah, 83 or so. And price been just kind of ranging a little bit tightly in the past few weeks. Nothing really interesting there to trade for now. But once price closer to these lows over here, that's when I'll be looking to take a buy trade on this pair. But it's going to take a bit of time, I think, for price to break these lows over here, because we want to get a good price in this pair, of course. We don't want to enter too far, and that's why I'm waiting for this zone over here to enter my trades. All right, cool. If you have any question, again, you can comment in the chat. I'll be happy to help and answer your questions in the chat. AUD and ZD, so we are in between zones here. In the past week, we had price really break away from this zone over there, and this is the 1.08. So now what I look for is simple. I look for price to go back and retest the zone, and then I'll look for, here we can trade two things, my two strategies. One is my reversal. That's not going to work. One is my reversal, and the other one is my pullback that I just shared with you before. So both these two things could be traded when price hits this level and does a nice setup. So that's something I look forward to trade this week. ADUSD. I've taken a trade on this in the past week. I'll share with you the process behind it. But basically, price, I've said before, the last week price was doing a head and shoulder pattern at this 2.78 level. Price went down, came back to retest the zone. We had a nice wick here, which shows really kind of a big bearish momentum on this pair. So I had my setup on the 1 hour chart. And the setup example is price hitting here with the wick that we see before. Price hitting the top of, or actually our zone. That's good. Price came back down. And then we wait for, like I said before, right? We see price going back down, wait for the pullback. Then we can enter at the first bearish candle. That's it. We had one over there. So I enter below this candlestick. Put my stop loss here at 50 pips. So that strategy here uses a fixed stop loss. My other strategy uses a stop loss based on a reward to risk. So that varies. And then the take profit is basically the next zone, or 200 pips. So over here. Now, one thing with this trade is that we want to have one price gets 40 pip in your favor, which is, I don't know, somewhere around here. You're supposed to move your stop loss to 5 pips profit. So somewhere around here. And I forgot to do that. So when I came back to my chart, price was around there, really close to hitting my new stop loss. And I didn't modify it before, so I did it right away, right when I saw this a bit later. That goes as a mistake in my trading plan. Because I didn't do it properly, but I ended up doing it, and then I was stopped out later. So this is a trade with 0R, a break-even trade, but overall it was a good trade in the sense that I'm not losing money, so that's good. And I was looking forward to actually enter here or there because we have another bearish candle, so I could re-enter there, but it seems that price just went back up, so I'm not going to re-enter. So basically my thought was to enter here. As you can see, can enter trade on open if no changes, but price just shoot it back up, so that won't work for now. But that's the thought process here for this trade. Again, if you have a question on this, I can answer your questions. I'm happy to do that. You can comment this in the chat for now. Okay, so Euro CAD, Euro AUD. We're waiting for the same thing as other pairs. We're waiting for price to hit our resistance at 1.56 or 57. Price here has been ranging a bit below the resistance for a long time. Price touched the zone over there before, over here, and over there. But we want to have price touch the zone again, and then look for a reversal trade back to the downside on this pair. That's what I look for that one. Again, it's going to take maybe some time. Maybe we're like really close to it now, so that's good. So we'll see. Euro CAD is the same principle. Yeah, I forgot to put my zone here. Let me just do that here quickly. There we go. So we look for price. Actually, price is retracing back to these previous lows that now constitute a resistance area. So we want to look for bearish trades there. We had a nice single finger up here on the daily chart, but I don't trade those myself. These don't work really well for some reason. So I look for trades on the lower time frame, on the 1 hour chart and the forward chart. Here we have a setup that we would not enter, and here we have another one that would have been maybe break even. So let's wait for more setups on this pair at this 1.51 area over here. Let me just see. Yeah, good question from Vivi here in the chat. Vivi is asking why you're not using the Bollinger Band anymore, and I'm still using it. The only thing is that here I have my angle. So this setup here, I have an arrow on top because I have an indicator on TradingView to show the setup. But it's the same thing, it's still the Bollinger Band there. It's just that I don't have to see the Bollinger Band at all. I don't have to see it there. So we want to have price breaking the Bollinger Band, engulfing candle, and then we enter below. But it's still there, just hidden because I don't really need it to see it. I don't really have to see it because we have the indicator here to show the setups. That's why. All right, cool. So yeah, Euro USD is hitting a also resistance area here. We're right in the zone at 1.20 or 1.21 or so, and we want to have price go back down. So this is wrong. It should be like this. price go back down to this 1.18 or so level. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for this. This one I don't trade this strategy with the Algo, so this setup here will be invalid. This strategy with the Algo is really bad. So what I'm doing is I trade this only manually. I want to have price, like I said before, price hitting this level over there. Then we need to see a move to the downside like this. Then we need to see a pullback. Then we need to see a bearish candle to enter the market here. This is pure price action, no indicator for this strategy. Compared to Algo, Algo works with the Bollinger Band one, but this one is only based on price action. So that's it. We just have to wait in this pair, but it's at the right zone right now, so that's pretty cool. These we'll skip. We don't need to look at them for now. GBP USD is a pair that I'm pretty much ready to trade. Let me see what happened with this one. So price is at the 1.38 or so, or 1.39 resistance area, where we've bounced many times in the past, over there, over here again, and we look for a bearish trade. Now this is something that I could trade with my manual strategy, and so we had basically, like we said before, we had price hit the zone, price went back down, so this is called a pullback. Like this is the first move. Then we have the pullback here. Then we need a bearish candle to enter the market. We had one over here. We had one there. Our stop loss here is 50 pips. Don't worry about entering too early. And then we have this one here. We can enter there also. It will be set up. But now I didn't enter on those candlesticks. I was really busy working, and this was at 3 a.m. anyway, so I don't enter these trades. So now we have price pulling back again. So we just need to see a bearish candle, and I will enter the market over this pair for my strategy. Now again, you don't have to enter yourself. That's just my strategy, what I look for in the market. And you can do the same or you can do different. I just recommend you follow your own plan instead of taking my trades for me. So that's it. But we're at the right zone. We just have to wait for a bearish candlestick on this pair. All right. Enter the can, and we'll have a look at JPY actually for now. I've covered this one last week, I believe. Let me see. Okay, yeah, this pair, like we said last week, for Epic Potato, is still within the range. So I said I want to have price hit this support here at 148, or the resistance at 154. Now in between, it's really hard to swing trade this pair because it's like between a range, just going up and down, up and down. Now the thing you could do if you want to really trade this pair now, is you can go on lower time frame. So let's say we go on a forward chart, and then we can see some maybe better things there. Let me just have a look. It's really kind of strange. Maybe that's too high. Let's go on a 1 hour chart. Okay, that's getting better. Now we see some more ranges. So what we could do, I want to do lower than that. It's gonna be worthless. Let's do here. Oh, I'll do that. So we could start to trade these zones on lower time frames on this pair. Now that's something that I don't do myself. If you want to really day trade, you can do it, but that's up to you. So I would put my resistance over here. I will put my support over, maybe, oh, that was a voice crack, over here, and over there maybe. And the more price reaches these levels, like you can trade between these levels. So you have like maybe some trades you can enter over here. Then if the price gets there, then you can short this. And then if price breaks beyond, then you can always put this as a support and buy from this level. Then trade this resistance over here. So what you need is basically a setup for reversals that works in the 1 hour chart. I have one, but you can trade your own. That's fine too. And then you can just trade these zones on this time frame. When price breaks out lower or higher in principle, you will be putting some more zones. We have a zone over here too. Let me just see. Yeah, we have a zone over there. Well, that's the same one. You have a zone over here, over there or so. And you can kind of trade the bounce of these smaller time frame zones. That would be really cool to do. Something you can definitely try after, either in demo if you want to try first, or if you have a live account with a strategy, you can try that too and test it first, of course. So that's what I would do with this pair, GPY. Now NZD can. this pair is, let me just go back on my normal time frame. All right, this pair is hitting a resistance area as well. Over here, the 89 level or so. And we look for bear trades here, same principle as the other pairs before. I will go see on the lower time frame, the 1 hour chart, the forward chart, to see any setup on this pair. And so far we had one here that was good, but really big, so we wouldn't enter that. And we didn't have anything here yet. So wait for these bearish setup, either having price hit the top of the Bollinger Band, making an engulfing candle, or the pullback strategy I showed you before. So having a price hit this level, go down, make a pullback, and so on. Here ended the CAD. USD CAD. So it's still, for many weeks now, it's been at this resistance area here at 1.25. Price is going down a little bit, but really, really slowly. I took a trade on this before in the past week, not this week, the week before, over there. And this trade was closed with some profits. That's been good, I think 3-1. And now we can look for more trades, but price is really moving slowly, so not so good to trade. Yeah, you just have to wait and see what price does on this pair. So I would avoid for now, unless you have a pullback trade you can trade here. Actually, price is going slowly here. Yeah, we're going sideways still. So what I'm gonna do is when we see a pullback on this pair, so now price going down, right? If you, like this, if you see a pullback like this, and then a bearish candlestick, then you can enter this pair, because we are below the resistance over here. So we're thinking of price will go down on this pair. That's my opinion. And USGPY, I've also shared a trade with this before in the past week that I took over here. A bearish trade. This one is with the Bollinger Band. I showed this before, so maybe you can have a look quickly on the chart what that looks like. So we have price was hitting a resistance area here at 110. So look for a bearish trade. We had this over here on the 4 hour chart, not the 1 hour chart. Stop drawing this. Cool. 1 hour chart. So price hit this level, then I'll put my Bollinger Band for you guys to see. Price hit this resistance area here at 110, then hits the top of the Bollinger Band with the first candlestick, make this bigger. Our first candlestick was a bullish candlestick. This one hitting also bullish. Then we have this nice big engulfing candle over there. So breaking the Bollinger Band as well, and we enter below the low. Put a stop loss above the high. And the reward to risk here is 3-1 over there, and 1-1, so over here. So when price hits 1-1, we take half the trade off. We get out of half the trade. When price goes to 2-1, we do nothing, and 3-1, we exit the trade. So that's my Bollinger Band methodology, the one that I shared before, and that's what went on with this trade. So it went well. Yeah, nothing with that. That's been pretty cool. So, alright, that's it, guys. These were the pair I want to cover for today. Someone asked if I can have a look at cryptos. I don't trade cryptos myself. I've been investing a little bit. Took almost half my profit for now. Crypto's not doing so well for now, so I've almost doubled my capital on it. But that's not something I really focus on for now. It's pretty volatile anyway. So let's have a look. Bitcoin Cash here first is kind of pulling back. So you can see these zones here, they still hold. Price is doing some, let's come back to support. This is a nice support area. We'll see what price does, if it goes back down or comes back at this level and goes back up. Now it's pretty cool because we have this level and an engulfing candle here forming on the daily chart. That's good, that's pretty nice. Actually this is today, so we'll see how that goes. And I will be looking for bullish trade at this level. Bullish setups. And that's pretty cool. I didn't know that price was up to support. That's cool. And yeah, move to the upside. So you can either target, if you are someone who likes to hold cryptos, that's a good place to buy, I believe, if you have the right setup. If you are someone who likes to trade cryptos more actively, you can just buy at this level with the right setup, and then half price, or like try to exit maybe half around the high over here, and then keep the other half for the next level for more far, because price here is still trending overall. Does that make sense? Let me know your thoughts on this, I'm curious. And then, so Bitcoin, it's going to do the same thing. This was Bitcoin Cash. Now Bitcoin normal is over here. Let's delete that. Is at the same level. So also the support. We can look for bullish trades there. Back to the upside. Again, same principle. So if you want to trade actively, you can enter around here. And you can look for getting out of half around there. And then you keep half for later. That will be the thought process here. Now Ethereum is still trending, pretty cool. So let's put some zones on this because it's been a long time that I put some zones. So what we would do is we'll take this one, we'll move this zone, or let's say the older ones don't really matter for now, so I'm just gonna move them here. We have this support right over here. That will be our support zone. Then we have a resistance over there. We could look for bearish trades also, but maybe it's going to be broken over time. That's cool. Let's see. So we have our here we have we could have a support here. It's not really that strong, so I'm going to keep it out. But we have a resistance there. I'm not sure if you want to go here against the trend. I would not, but if you want to do it, go ahead. That's your strategy, your plan. Resistance. And so that's where we are. So we can look for bearish trades here or bullish trades there at the support. This is 100, almost like 2,000. And here is 2,500. So quite round numbers. It's pretty cool to see. That's what I would look at for this pair. Now here we're more like ranging. So if you were to buy at the support over there, then what I recommend is that you get out of most around this level or even before that. So less room for profit in this pair. It's also, yes, it's more like sideways, but yeah, that's what I would look at. And then XML, this is, I forgot the name of this one, Stellar, I think. Yeah, Stellar. Is really sideways now. This is still trending, but like more of bigger drops in this pair. We have a nice support at 0.35, 0.35. It's a cool place to look for buy, bullish trades. And over there. And then for resistance, we can look at maybe this level here. And another one over there. For bearish trades. Now, I don't really recommend you short cryptos. I think it's a bad move. But if you want to really kind of look at the zones, these are, by the way, these zones, the resistance, are here in cryptos more for taking profits, not really for shorting. Because you could go against the trend, but I think it's kind of pointless. You better go with the trend on these pairs. And so that's why I would be kind of taking profits, basically. You can do that too if you want. These are zones that you have to maybe not get out all your trade, but half your trade, half your size or so, and take profits. And then you can transfer your profit to other currencies like DAI or USD C or USDT, whatever. All right, so any questions? I'm happy to answer your questions in the chat. I see here we have ST, so yeah, cryptos, that's been good. How you pick a profit target based on price action or risk reward. So I have two strategies. I don't know if I can draw, it doesn't matter. I have two strategies. One of my strategy is a fixed reward to risk. So let's just write it here. Fixed reward, that's really bad. Okay, anyway, imagine this is an R and an R, reward to risk. And my other strategies is 50 pip stop loss, and that's it. And minimum 200 pip take profit. Now 200 pip is only if you can reach this before the next zone. If you cannot reach it before the next zone, then you have to not take the trade. We don't take that trade at all. So that's how it works. So both ways work, but you can use a fixed reward to risk and use a fixed pip. But if you want to use a fixed pip, you need to trade pairs that are similar in terms of range and movement. So that's the only issue, and you need to be able to make sure you can get a proper reward to risk as well on that. Because on some pairs that are not volatile, 50 pip is like really big, but some pairs that are really volatile, 50 pip is like nothing. So it has to be kind of in line with the pair and what makes sense on this pair. Here, Chris is saying, first time dropping in, started a podcast 6 weeks ago, up to episode 138 at the moment. That's a long time ago. 138 is, a long time ago. But thank you for watching, Chris. I appreciate it a lot. It's been good. and we'll drop a new interview this coming week also. So that's gonna be fun. By the way, I'm recording today a day in the life video. So if you guys want to see it, I'll be scheduling it the next few days. I'll be publishing it on YouTube in a few days from now. So if you can watch it, that would be really cool to see. And look forward to sharing this with you, of course. If you have any question, you can always comment below. And I'll catch you back here pretty soon.